All my lovely ladies and gentlemen, if you're here, I am so excited to bring you Vanessa. I'm going to put her Instagram name at Mom in Business. How's everybody doing? And see what topic? Oh, how to escape. How? I can't type, but how? You don't want to escape, not rescale, escape from. Hey everybody, it's gonna be a long title, but you'll get the gist. How not to die in the process of building your own business. Need to know that for sure. Hello. Of building, I'm trying to put the topic in, but it's long. Your own business. I did it. Yay. Hey, what's up? What's up? Are you ready to hear about how to not die while building your own business? Because I am. And how to build a life that you don't want to escape from? I'm here for that too. I'm going to bring Vanessa in here shortly. Got my intro music going here. If you don't know who I am, what's up, Jamie? Long time. Oh my gosh, I feel like we haven't talked in forever, girl. We need to get together online for sure. If you don't know who I am, well, I'm Stephanie J from The Sweet Life of Stephanie J. And, oops, I turned my music up. And what I do is I'm a life coach. I'm a wife, mom, a nurse, but I'm a life coach. And what I do is I help women, especially who have been through traumatic events. I help them move past those events and move into a life that they really enjoy living. And I love bringing on other women who are empowering, who are driven, and who have done things that I don't do and have specialty and knowledge in areas that I don't have knowledge in, because I don't know everything and I would never claim to know everything. I know what I know, but I love to talk to people who know what I don't know. So very shortly, Vanessa is going to be coming here and joining us. Me and Vanessa have been planning this live for a long time. We have worked meticulously to make it as effective for you guys as we can. And welcome. Edible Lovely. Did I say that? I totally butchered that. Edible Lovely. I think I totally butchered it. There's Vanessa. I'm going to go ahead and bring her in because we have so much to cover tonight. And yes, we have so much to cover tonight. I don't have your number, but if I know you personally, then you know my number already. So if I do, then you know my number and text me. But we're on. I hope you're here to hear Vanessa, because Vanessa has some amazing news. I'm going to go ahead and bring her in because this is a great opportunity. You are in Sweet Talk right now. You're at the Sweet Talk Cafe. I'm your host, Stephanie J, and I'm really excited to have our guest, Vanessa Cass from at Mom in Business. And let's go ahead and get this party started. You guys ready? Let's go find out. Let's get Vanessa in here. Vanessa, by the way, is from Madrid, Spain. So she is like the middle of the night there. I told her we could go do this another time. There was more to be there. She is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you perfectly.
I'm so excited. I'm sorry. I was waiting for the invitation. I was like, when she's going to show up.
So, you know what? So was I. I was.
Yeah. Como it's 1 minute left.
Well, welcome to the party. Me and Vanessa have been partying together for about a month now to plan this.
Yes. This has been so much fun. Organizing all this live.
We're going to welcome everybody else into our party.
Yes. We should. Definitely.
Yes. Come on in, guys. Welcome to the party. Well, Vanessa, tell them who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm Vanessa. I live in Madrid, on Spain. I help mom entrepreneurs around the world to start their online businesses. That's in a nutshell, but it's more than that, of course. I help them to live according to their priorities, using our methods or our research.
That's really helpful because a lot of coaches don't do that. A lot of coaches give you a cookie cutter plan and not something that's according to what you specifically need as a person. I've had that experience.
Yes, that's really, really important. If you don't adapt your method or your strategy to the person, it's worthless because there is not one fit solution for everyone. It doesn't exist.
Wow. That is. Oh, how long have you been in business?
Well, the curious thing is that I started my professional career being an entrepreneur since where I was in college. But in fact, I paid my college being an entrepreneur.
Oh, wow.
Then, yes, I'm from Venezuela, so I was studying there. When I came to Spain, I decided to enter the corporate world, and I played in there a lot of years, till my son was born.
Mm-hmm. What did you
almost
do in
6
the
years
corporate
ago.
world?
Well, I was a storage and backup engineer. Nothing to do with this. Yes, I'm a techie,
Oh
a nerd.
gosh.
Yes,
And now
that's new for her. She didn't
Wow,
know about that.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
And how many years did you work in the corporate world before you totally left it behind?
Like 10 to 12 years around. Yes.
A long
Kinda.
time. Do you ever miss being
No.
I don't even
Never.
know. Because you're here to tell us how to live a life that we don't want to escape from. And I asked you if you missed the life that you escaped from.
No, never. Never. I was happy back then, but when my son was born, everything changed. I think that society we expect to have the same life we had before we have kids. Yeah. Once we have them. But that's impossible because everything changed. Your priorities change, your everything changed, your world changed. So I struggle at the beginning to adapt that new needs for me and discover what I want. Escape from that life that I didn't want it anymore.
Wow. And so now your son is 5?
Yes, almost 6. Almost.
Oh, and yes. So now you get to enjoy him every day.
Yes, that's a gift for me.
That is a gift. That is, I mean, because I've worked my whole life, and now I'm ready to create a life that I don't want to escape from. So that's one of the things that intrigued me about you, was that you and your husband work together and you have this life that you really love in entrepreneurship. How do you balance that?
Well, it's not easy. I have to say that it's not everything like pink or beautiful with rainbows. It's not that.
Rainbows, unicorns.
No, glitter, no. But I'm really, that I'm really organized. I like to be really methodic because I really respect my time. I really value my time. And I think that's the key of all this. I mean, when I schedule some time with my son, I respect that time. I don't care if I have to work or answer some emails. It's his time. So I stop the work for him. When I schedule time for me, that's important too. We have to schedule time for our maintain, like being not crazy or getting not crazy. I really respect that time too. So how I manage to balance, I respect every task times. I think that's the only mystery.
That's important. I'm looking at some of the comments, and sorry, I'm trying not to let the light get in my eyes, but I can't read without local. I'm old. So Tiara Riley the Great says, now that I have small children, I want to be with them as much as possible and still run my business from home. Any tips from her to help her to be able to do that?
So Tiara, I'm trying to find her message. Is the right time is valuable?
It's right before that.
Now, small children want to be with them as much as possible. Yes. No, it's not a priority for every mom be at home with her kids. I mean, we take for granted that all of us want that,
right.
But it's not true. It was true for me. I can see that it's true for Tiara. So that's the life she wouldn't want to escape from. So that you have to identify what best fit for you, because sometimes women want to be at office. It may sound crazy for a person like me, but it exists, and it's something that is completely right, because it's important for the way that person want to live. So it's okay, no? For you, Tyra, I will make a plan. First, I try to draw. I'm old school, so I always bring papers with me. Stephanie knows that. Yes. Yeah. So try to draw your dreams. Try to draw whatever you want to do, even if it's crazy or your idea sounds crazy. Just draw them. And try to dream or put them organized in a map or something that gives you like the path you want to follow. You can start there, because when we say I want to be with them as much as possible and run my business, okay, that's the dream, but we have to have a strategy to do that. So, but it's a not tangible thing if you think that just running a business is too generic. So you have to draw or write whatever it means to you. What are your best strong points? What you can do from home, whatever. You just draw or write everything that comes to your mind and start there.
That's awesome. Looks like she's saying she does write them down. Now she's coming up with a strategy that can really guide you to getting to that goal. Does that make sense, Tiara? Was that helpful? That was really helpful to me. And some of the things you said that really stuck out to me is to draw your dreams. And I don't think people really think of the biggest dream and then work their way down from that. That was really good to me. And then develop a strategy and then know your strong points, which sometimes is something you may want to do that's really, you don't have the strong, the strong points to do that, but there's other people who can support you also. Like you can resource things out, but knowing your strong point, like if you're not very focused and if you're not very self-driven, probably entrepreneurship is going to be very hard for you.
Yes.
But it sounds like that's not Tiara at all. It sounds like she's got her mind focused. But yeah, definitely come up with a strategy for each step of those goals you want to achieve. And I actually was one of those moms, like I did not want to stay home. I be honest, I did not. I loved working, but my mom also was like at my kids' daycare. So my mom kept the kids. So I felt a little more comfortable because I was but I liked going to work, and I never could imagine being home with the kids. I just wasn't that patient at that time in my life. Now, I'm older, I'm more patient, and the kids are all grown, so it's easier to say that.
Yes, it's a shame that strong point that is being patient come with time, because it's really useful to have that when we are, I don't know, younger, like 20 years before or something. I can be there. Yes.
The moms with 5-year-olds need all the patience in the world.
Oh my God, yes. Yes.
What are some of your biggest challenges? Because I know Tiara is talking about like she would like to be home with her children more. What are your biggest challenges to being home, working from home?
Well, I think that the biggest challenge was believing in me. It may sound like corny, but I really struggled like 1 year or more with that. Believing in me, it was something that I thought I was doing, but I wasn't doing at all. So I at some point, because when you're an entrepreneur, you tend to fail a lot of time, and that's normal. You tend to learn.
And that's what people forget, and they don't want to hear exactly what you said.
Yes.
That you fail a lot of the time.
But that's okay. You have to see failure like learnings. I know that I never can be where I'm today if I haven't failed so many times because I have run a bakery, a subscription box business, a coaching services, etc. A lot of businesses. So each business and each strategy teach me what I know today, and it has led me to share my knowledge and my experience and run this business so successfully. So I'm really grateful for all that failures, and I always say like failures, and I'm happy to say it because it's so good. I'm really thankful for that failures. Yeah.
If there's no other takeaway, true, and Tiara said true, my failure was pivotal in my growth and knowledge. Yes. Oh my gosh, that is so true. Yeah, and I'm learning that now because I had another business, and just looking back at, like, I didn't consider it a failure. It just didn't work out for me, but I learned so much. And when I first was getting ready to close it, that was like the thing that kept me from closing it was like, oh, I feel like a failure, like, you know. So I kept holding on to it, and then finally, like, I had to really pray about it, and I was like, God, what should I do? And he's like, almost like said, you big dummy, you should close it because you're not enjoying it. Like, why do I
yes. I think that the answers are in the simple things. If you don't like what you are doing, just don't do it.
Right.
Just don't do it, or change whatever you have to do, because sometimes we felt compelled to do things. For example, we have to earn money, for example, to live. So that's a very compelling thing. But we can choose. We cannot choose to need money, but we can choose what we do to earn that money.
Right.
So
true.
We don't have to be like, oh, I have to go to the office, or I have to run that business that I don't like. No, just change it if you don't like it, because life is what is happening to us right now. So if you are doing something that you don't like, you are wasting your life, basically.
Oh gosh, and that's why we end up in lives that we want to escape from.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
And that's very true. And that failure, where it wasn't really a failure, I think I was worried like other people would see it as a failure, because I already had people that were like, oh, why are you doing that? Or why did you start that? And then I just wanted to prove to them so much what they were wrong. And plus I'd seen other people be successful. So in my non-failure mindset, I thought, well, if they're successful, how come I can't be successful? But when I finally was like, they were successful because, hey, husband.
I'm sorry, it's 1 a.m. in the morning here in Madrid, and he just woke up. This is being a mompreneur. Okay.
Oh my God, I can't believe he's up.
I'm going to stop you there, because you are speaking about something that is really important.
Okay.
People, external people, they are going to knock us down, try to knock us down. Why is that? They reflect their fears and their failures and their experiences on us. A person that is like, for example, like me, that see life in a positive way, or always try to find a solution, is not going to tell you you can do this, for example. But a person that is used to see failure as something bad, or have a life where they haven't escaped from what they hate, that they're going to reflect that feelings on you. So most of the people are going to try to knock us down because they reflect their unhappiness on us. So that's why we have to say like, oh no, I'm not hearing you. I'm smiling you.
Yeah.
But I'm not hearing you.
Oh my gosh, that is so.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and when you put it like that, that makes so much more sense because it's really not about you; it's about their issue.
Yes.
And that's what stopped me from. First of all, I almost didn't start it, and then when I did, that's what stopped me from stopping it, just because of what. And then I realized I was like, this isn't about them. This is about me being happy and not doing something that I'm not happy doing, but getting what I learned out of it, which I did actually. What I learned is that I love women and I love hearing their stories. That's what I learned, because that's the part of the business I loved. I was selling clothes and I would be talking to them and forget about the clothes, and I'd be talking and hearing their stories. And I love that. And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm supposed to be making money. Let me get back to making money, but I love that part of it. And so I took the clothing out of it, and then that's when I just took the focus on hearing women's stories. And then I've met so many amazing women like you who after that, and I'm so glad that I finally took off all those clothes and I took it was a failure that really I learned from. So it really wasn't a failure. It was, like Tiara said, a learning experience. It was pivotal in my growth.
Yes,
totally.
Because it's impossible to know what we love if we don't walk through life. So since you are walking through life, you're going to work on a retail store, for example, or whatever, to know that, for example, you don't like that. But there's not another way to know that you don't like it. That's
the
doing
process
it.
of elimination.
Yes, that's not me. yes. Or what do you want? So all that error and positive feedback from your life is what is going to put you in the right way. And right way, I mean by the way or the life you love. But you have to listen to your life and observe your path to know what you really want and what inspires you. You live that. You learn from that. That's why you are doing this today with me,
right?
Because you right now know what you like to do.
I just, you know what? I was just listening to Oprah today, and that's the exact thing she said.
Yes.
Oh my God. To your life. Yes. As when you said that, I was like, I heard that from Oprah said that today. I was listening to an interview she did, and she said, pay attention to your life, and your life will tell you what you want to hear. I was like, I heard that right now.
It's a signal.
I know. All right, you guys, pay attention to your lives. Okay, that's wow, that is so true, though, because we sometimes we get so busy watching other people's lives that we don't even pay attention to our own lives, because we're looking at what she's wearing, what she's doing, what she's creating, what's happening in her life. We're looking at all that we don't even look at what's trying to be revealed in our own lives. That's and so I have that.
We never learn from other experiences, so that's pointless, because we always learn for our own experience. So it doesn't.
Oh, that's good.
Make sense.
Really good.
Yes,
we don't learn from others' experiences. We learn from our experiences.
Yes, it's the same that when you are a child, your parents are always like, "Don't go there. Try to don't whatever. Don't climb that tree." But you never listen, and you fell from the tree.
Right.
But now you can climb that tree. So, but that's the way we learn. We humans learn like that. So it's the same in business, same in life, and same in everything.
Sometimes we don't see our own growth and learn from our experience. Sometimes we don't see our own growth. She's so true. We are so busy looking around us that we don't see and that's what it took me, the failing, and it, actually my failures all came in like a 3-year, well, quote unquote failures. They're not really failures, but I learned what I didn't want. I was in nurse practitioner school, and I finished nurse practitioner school, and I was like, I'm gonna be a nurse practitioner because that's the next thing I'm supposed to do in my career. And then I finished and I started interviewing for jobs, and I was like, I don't want to do this. So people always ask me, so what are you going to be a nurse practitioner? I'm like, I don't know, maybe never. I found out that's not really what I wanted to do. And that's, so that was like a failure that was huge because I spent 3 years in school. But I don't know.
It teach you something.
Somewhere down the line, it's going to be beneficial. What'd you say?
Yeah, we tend to live our life like a race, and that's not good because we're like pursuing things every time. For example, we graduate from school and then we have to earn a degree and then we have to work and get married and have children and whatever. And when you have one children, you have to have 2 or 3 or 4, buy another house. It's crazy.
And we have people who say, if you have one child, when are you having another one?
Yeah,
when are you getting married? And when you get married, when are you going to have kids?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a race. It's really frustrating because it's a race. But we have to learn to stop and celebrate everything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for example, with my husband, we usually schedule sometimes on Fridays. And we drink a beer or something, and we go through the week and see what things we have achieved that week. It's like an exercise. It's just like talking, but we say, we can, yes, we have whatever more clients, and we are one client in Estonia, for example. That's new, so I don't know, and it's like a chat. But it helps us to see that we are growing because we are a team. When I was alone, I mean, working all by myself without him, I grew. I had a list for my goals for the week, and I always on Fridays check what I have achieved, or if I have achieved something that I haven't in my list, I just write it and check it. That check is like, oh my God, it's check.
I love making check
such
boxes.
A release.
I love making check boxes. That's like my favorite thing. Like every day, every week, my weekly goals and my daily goals. I love making those check marks in there.
Yes, it not sound simple, but it gives you some kind of relief, like you are doing things that make impact on your project, on your life, or whatever. So,
well, speaking of family, I've segued right into my next question. Seeing your husband walk through, how do you manage family, especially because we had this discussion because my husband, I want him to come work with me one day, but we need some ground rules and we need to come. How do you do it? How do you manage your family, your marriage?
I keep sending. I keep sending him a post-it with "I'm not bossy, I'm the boss" or something subliminal message to him, just to let him know.
I just get a T-shirt that said "I'm not bossy, I'm the boss" and wear it every day.
Yeah. No, we when we were working at corporate work, the first time we met, we were working together. So we are like used to work together in the same department. It's not the same working in a corporate world that working as an entrepreneur because it has a lot of more pressure because you own your business and you own your results and the consequences of your business.
Right.
So it adds pressure, but we are kind of used to work together. But I have to say that at the beginning, he quit his job on March this year.
March of 2019?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty recent.
Oh, it's really
yes. Well, he was helping me with the business since I started my business, but not full time like now. So at the beginning, it was really difficult. I have to say, I have to be honest. It wasn't easy. It's not easy because he was used to have a paycheck at the end of the month, or not having so much responsibility or so many tasks, because being an entrepreneur is not all the fancy things that Instagram people picture there. It's not fancy at all. You have to really work, because and that's why I always say that there's no such thing as earn money while you sleep, because to earn that money you have to work. It's not a magical recipe.
Yeah, they make it seem, that the sleep dollars, people hear that and they think, oh, I'm gonna just hit my PayPal is gonna be just beeping all night long, but
yes,
they don't talk about all the work that goes towards that point.
Yes, it's true that it keep rolling, but you have to show up every day. That I wake up at 4 a.m, or sometimes like today is 1:30 a.m. in the morning, and I will keep working before after this life ends. So I have been working all day. I just stopped to be with my son, of course, and to pick him up from the summer camp. But that's the only rest I had today. And
wow.
There's some days that I'm able to, for example, if I want to go on vacation for 2 weeks, I can do it. I don't have to ask anyone to give me permission. Nice. Maybe my husband, but now.
Because you're the boss.
Yes.
And how did you feel about that, with you being the boss and being in the home together? Like, how does that balance out?
Well, I think that I'm not the boss, really. I joke about that, but we're a team, and that's the base of our success. At the beginning, we were thinking about, he was like doubting to stay here at home, because it's a huge change for him. He never have done this. So being at home is not the same that being in the office, all the, I don't know, traveling or fancy jobs and whatever. So, but now he doesn't want to come back there. But
I don't blame him.
It has been a process for him too, because at the beginning he was like lost, like what can I do now, or like in his office, But I don't have to tell you what you have to do now. You know what we need or what we have to do. So just do it. You don't wait for me to do it.
More direction on
yes.
How, yeah.
At the beginning, but now he's like my best partner. Yes. But it's been a part of the process. It's not maybe some people dream of working together and everything. Again, it's like a rainbows, but everything has a process. And a way that we have to walk to learn how to do it, like an adaptation time.
Okay.
Like an adapting time. With him, it has been the same. So now we have. He loves writing. I hate writing. It's the part of my job that I like the most. So that I like less. Sorry. He usually is the person who writes our blog post.
So that's perfect.
So we have split the task, taking into account our strong points. So
does he write your emails too?
No.
Okay.
No,
that's
no.
I'm like, here, if he writes those emails, he can really write in your voice.
He's a mompreneur, no. No.
Written just like Vanessa would talk.
No, the emails, no, because I wrote the emails like months or more than years ago. Some of my emails, so I wrote them. Yes,
over a year ago.
Yes.
Oh, so do you write them all like one time, or oh my gosh?
Not all of them, because I have a newsletter where I publish all my news or new ideas or whatever. But all the automated, because all online business have to have an automated email list. Are right. I review them like from month to month or something. I have like a database, but I wrote it like more than a year ago.
Oh, see, that's really great information. Like how you
Mm-hmm.
batch that info, how you batch doing things like that. Like that's something that I struggle with is find the time to do things like that, like write all my emails at once. Or now I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
work on batching my podcast so I can have like, 5 to 6, 6 to 10 already ready to go instead of like doing them week to week. So I've actually done that this month. I actually did it. I was really proud of myself, but that's like super helpful. So yeah,
If
that's
it helps you better, I always try to think on tasks that take take time
hmm
from the important things. I mean, if I had to write all my emails, for example,
hmm
on a live basis, I mean, from 100 or 1,000 people, I couldn't be here right speaking with you
right.
because so I have to reserve my time for the important things. My favorite thing, the same as you, is being in contact with the people, with my
hmm
client, with my community. So to do that, that I always answer all my emails, my message through Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook. But in order to have that, I have to automate some stuff to have time to do it,
Yeah.
because if it's impossible to try to do everything,
So
so
you heard
it's
that,
important.
ladies. You have to automate and then doing things like I love the idea of doing all of your emails like that far ahead and go ahead and put them in your automation because
Hmm.
then you can provide time. You don't feel that stress and that leading into okay. Yes, do task and batches ahead of time. Yeah, Stephanie, I'm just like learning that now. And so now I'm starting to get in that mindset of doing that batching, taking that time, and now I need to sit down and put aside, like organize myself to put aside that time to do it.
Hmm.
Besides working, see, my thing is I want to work on the things I want to work on, and
Yes.
then that's one of those things I need to do, but I don't want to stop to do them. So then I end up doing sometimes like a couple emails, and then oh no, my email's due for this week, I didn't do, and then I got to stop doing that. So definitely what you and Stephanie said, I'm going to really work on batching those things. And speaking of batching and putting all that together, do you ever get overwhelmed? Because you do a lot.
Yes. Yes, I'm a human being, so I usually get overwhelmed. But when I get overwhelmed, I stop, because
Okay.
you cannot be productive, inspire people, help people, or even being a good mom if you are overwhelmed, because you tend to react and take a decision that you wouldn't make if you being relaxed. So if I feel overwhelmed, I don't care if I have to do a lot of things. I have times end times soon or something. I just stop and go out and do my nails or
Mm-hmm.
whatever I want to. Just walk the dog. I don't care. Just stop. Yes, yes, because being a mom and being an entrepreneur, they both are really time-consuming tasks.
Yeah.
So it's easy to get overwhelmed, even if you have everything organized like me, because I'm a freak, I'm an organization freak. But even being like that, you cannot control everything. So there are
Yeah.
always going to come things that you can control, or things that fails on, I don't know, whatever. With kids, it's easy to have everything not in
Yeah.
control.
That's
So
definitely fun.
just s- breathe, and take your time, and then go on.
I was just talking to one of my friends about this and taking time because I'm not really good at that, but I'm actually learning to stop now because I used to just go, 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 go. And now I'm learning to stop, step back and just stop when you're overwhelmed. Great advice. Stephanie Treasure, the Stephanie Treasure said. And that is great advice. And I actually sat down and like did my nails the other day and I didn't stress about it. I said, nope, I'm going to stop. I'm going to watch some nonsense, Netflix and just sit there
Mm-hmm.
and do my nails. And I felt really good. And then when I went back to it, but yeah, definitely that's great advice for when you're getting overwhelmed and
Yes.
managing on top of that a husband and a relationship is
Yes.
just as hard. So
Yes.
give us some ways we can survive with our spouse. Give us like a few tips. If you like me are interested in working with your spouse, I'm gonna need a few tips.
Okay. First, you have to be realistic and know if he wants to work with you. I know he wants to be with you, but it's not the
good.
same that working with you. It's
That's
not
good.
the same. So maybe he's not just prepared or in the same page than you regarding all this entrepreneurship ship thing, because it's really hard. Being an entrepreneur is something that you really want have to want to do. If you don't, you're going to, I don't know, get crazy or something. Yeah. So the first thing
important distinction. Yeah, that is an important distinction. Oh my gosh.
Yes. So you don't have to take it personal, because everyone has live your life according to your priorities different from everyone. So your priorities maybe are different from his priorities, and that's okay, because you both, if you are together, of course, you have common points. But it hasn't to be entrepreneurship one of those points. So you first have to realize if he's prepared and he's in the same page with you than you with all these entrepreneurship things. You can push things. It's the same that relationship. You can push love or feelings. You can push entrepreneurship. So it's the same. That's the first. And the second one, I would say patience. You say it at the beginning, patience, because you are people and people working with people. I don't care if it's your husband, a friend, it's not always a bed of roses. So you have to be really tolerant, being patient, being like loving and caring even to fix that, to fit that.
Yeah. How do you not always talk about the business? Because I find that, you know, because he actually is building a business at home right now, and I'm working on one too. We actually are both working on businesses, but he would like, you know, for us to work together. And that's all we talk about. Like, sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to talk about kids or business. We can, those two are off limits. Let's talk about something completely different, because we tend to do that. Like, we'll start talking about business all the time, and I'm like, okay, we have to have something outside of talking about business. And I'm excited about talking about business, but I also don't want that to be the only subject that we talk about
with him. I don't know, because we always talk about our son. So I think it's the same. No, we never talk about business outside our working hours, but yes, about our son all the time. But we tend to speak about our projects. Business is a project, our son is a project, but we have a lot of projects together, like traveling. We love traveling, so that's another project we can talk about. So I think you have to think about the projects you have running in common, and just trying to bring it as a subject. It hasn't to be about your business, because it's only a topic. Or your son, like me.
Right. And ours is still, I mean, 32 years, 4 kids later, and we still talking about the kids.
Oh my God.
I love the kids, but sometimes I'm like, hey, one day we're not going to have the kids to talk about. We need to talk about and not the president, and we need to talk about something.
Oh my God.
It does come back to business, because we both really are, you know, we're trying to build something right now. So we're both excited about it. But like, sometimes I'm like, okay, like I do, like, you know, when I come home, that's all I do. So sometimes I want to, like, when I want to get away from it, I don't want to talk about it. I want to just transition to something different. So
maybe being honest with him. Tell him that you don't want to talk about that right now, because you have to relax or whatever. Just tell him.
Recently, I did that. I was like, I told him, I said, I would see how long you can go without talking about business or children. And I think he went like an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh my God. That's a lot of time. 1 hour. I know, that's a record.
I congratulate him like that. An hour.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. I don't know if I could be like 1 hour without talking with
I mean,
from my son.
and then I actually did it. I actually brought it up, and then he was like, "Oh," I was like, "I." So we realized we can only go an hour and 10 minutes without either talking about kids or business. That's our like cutoff. We know we probably can't go any longer. Both of them. So, well, does anybody have any questions? If you know how to use like the question button here on Instagram, it has a question mark. You can put questions in there, and they can they'll actually pop up in there as question cards, and it makes it a little bit easier. So if you have questions, go ahead and put those in there, because we're about 15 minutes, so I want to make sure we don't, we can get any questions in there. Do you want to talk a little bit about like your business and the 28 days challenge?
Okay, perfect. So we figured out that we are doing all this business stuff grown. Why? Because we were learning about marketing, business, email list, all that technical stuff first. And when I first start all this business by myself, I get depressed because I was here at home alone with a baby. Where was my office? It was really, really tough. That's why I always say that is not a bed of roses. I joke with that, but it's true. It's true. I felt really bad. Like I couldn't. I can do it. I always say I can do it. But
it's hard.
Yes, it's hard. So I came up with experiment with our clients like 2 years ago. I tried to teach him or help them with their mindset first. Because if you know how to be an action person, if you know how to organize your time, if you know how to be consistent, if you know how to escape from overwhelm, you're going to resist longer than if you only train about marketing or you learn only about So we decide to separate that mindset, technical skills or hard skills, business skills, and then learn from your specific business, because it's not the same if you're going to be, for example, a Pinterest BA, or if you're you're going to run a business coach service business. It's not the same. So you have to learn about your concrete and specific business. So we have divided our strategy in 3 points. First, you have to learn the mindset and how to run all your internal work while you are being an entrepreneur. Then you have to learn all the business skills, and then you have to be specific or learn the specific stuff about the business you are going to run. So we decide that mindset is so important that everyone have to have access to it, to that training. So we offer a free course, as an email course, that helps you train that mindset, learn how to manage your time, being a mompreneur, learn how to relax, remind you that you are a mompreneur. So you have to be natural. You can expect being with makeup and pretty. Like no.
I woke up like this.
Yes, of course. No. So you have to learn how to relax and being natural and take things like in a lighter way. Because if you don't, with kids and a business, you're going to get crazy in the process. You're not going to fail. You're going to end on a crazy department, because it's not easy. So we offer that for free. It's in our website. It's only singing for the email course, and start training that skills.
Oh, that's so good, because I mean, I know that was one thing that I and a lot of friends of mine that were in the same type of business group, like we didn't train a lot of the mindset stuff. So then we were just training all of the, email list and promotions and doing this and Instagram, and then it gets to be so overwhelming,
Yes.
of all these things. If you're, when you're starting a business, to think about that, you do, like, that's why so many businesses probably do fail, because the mindset isn't right first. And a lot of people give up before they even could have seen it be successful, because they didn't start with getting themselves organized. And I just happen to be like a really organized person. Like, I'm, naturally kind of, I like to organize things so I can slow things down and put them into, but a lot of people aren't like that. Not everybody's like that. And some people don't organize like that. So they kind of need that moment to be able to use their, to kind of be able to put it in perspective, and slow down. Because if you're not taught that, you're taught to get in there and start building your list and get courses and build products and
it's crazy. It's too much things to do.
And there are a lot of
where do I start?
Do that, and it's overwhelming. It's like, I'm supposed to be doing all of this, but I don't even know how to balance it all.
No, then you start feeling like you can do it.
Right.
Yes, and that's where the problems start. That's where you are trying to say, I can do this, I'm going to do whatever. So, and we quick.
Right. Yes. And that is, and I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen when I did my other business. I see it happening now with online businesses. And I see people that are really frustrated. They really have something they're passionate about. They have something that is on their heart that they just want to do so bad, but they don't know how to sit back and organize it in a way that it's doable without feeling like they're in competition with everybody, and that, they're going to be behind everybody.
Yes, and it's not only being organized. Or being organized is really important, but you have to learn how to take actions, high impact actions on your business, because your time is limited, it's going to be limited, and if you have kids, more limited, even more limited.
Yeah.
So you have to action on the right strategy, and you have to learn how to say no to a lot of things, because when we do something, we're saying no to a lot of things. So we have to learn how to say no to that things, and what things we have to say no.
And that's true when you work too. It's the same thing as when you have kids. I just don't come home with small kids, but when you're gone all day and you come home and you have maybe 6 hours in the evening, and not knowing how to even say no to things like, well, I don't need to go to this event because I need to use my time better. And not feeling like you have to do everything. I finally have learned that, thank God. That's why I kind of started my business, because all this stuff, it took me a long time to learn. I want to help women to learn it sooner, because it took me a long time to be able to say no to things.
Yes. But say no is easy if you think that for example, I am going to say yes of this to this thing. I have to think what things I'm saying no if I say yes to that thing. So that thing is important. Wow, it's really important for me to say yes, because I'm really quitting to a lot of things. I'm saying no to a lot of things that are maybe more important for my business, for my happiness, because it's not all about our business. It's about our life, our happiness, our family, our everything. So when I say yes to something, I always think about what things I'm saying no, to see if that thing is really important, or really impact my business, my life, my happiness, or at least make me have a good time.
Yes, that's so
the minimum.
Hey, QD Publishing, that is so good. Oh my gosh, that right there is worth there are lots of other gems that came out, but that is so true, because what you're saying no to, you gotta remember what you're actually saying no to for yourself. When you say yes to something, what you're saying no to on that side.
Yes.
Well, we have about 5 more minutes, so I don't want to go over. So if anyone does have any questions, this was So good. I want to go back a little bit and just kind of throw in some highlights for people who just came in. So really the topic is having a life you don't want to escape from and how not to die in the process of building your business. We're going to have a second half of this probably because
Yes.
we're running out of time and we're just getting into more good stuff. But really having a life that you can identify your dreams, draw out your dreams, organize them, and develop a strategy. Know your strong points. And then we were talking about how negative people, say negative things about you and they're reflecting their own fears on you. So obviously don't listen to them. And you have to listen to your life. That was a huge one. Listen to your life and learn from your life. There's no failure. You're just learning from your life, from your life. And then when you're working with your spouse and even with your family around, be realistic and be patient.
Yes.
Be realistic and
very patient.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was I know everybody else loved it. I loved it. We might have to do a part 2 because I feel like we're just getting into the meat of it. And we're all Does anybody have any questions for Vanessa? You guys, you can also find her at Mom in Business. And Vanessa, the website and I'll put it on my link in my bio. I'm going to add it to my link tree. www.vanessacast.com/28 days challenge. And that's the free 28-day challenge for mindset, for business. If you're starting a new business, that's what it's for you. So go check that out. I'll put it in my link. Go to Vanessa's Instagram at Mom in Business and check out her. She'll have it in her link on her website. And I'm going to do it. So because I never did it when I started. And I feel like, yes, we definitely need a part 2. So yes, we've already been asked. We're going to get it in the books because this has been so good. It's been so rich and amazing. Vanessa, thank you so much for 1 o'clock.
Thank you
now
for having me here
in the morning in Madrid.
Yes, I'm an owl, so don't worry.
You're definitely an owl because look at my eyes. I'm tired and it's 7:56 p.m. here. And I'm oh my gosh, I look more tired than you do. You guys, thank you so much for being part of this talk. There will definitely be a part 2 because I need more of this. Get the 28-day challenge. Go to Vanessa's Instagram at Mom in Business and go ahead and join that. I'm going to join it, so you'll be there with me because I love to get more mindset stuff. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This has been so awesome. You guys, thank you so much. Remember, you can live a life that you don't want to escape from. You just have to design it for yourself, not anybody else's. Have to do it your way and be patient. Guys, thank you so much. Have a good night. Good night.
Bye-bye.